Okay, if the second Garruk I reviewed isn't the first one, this is the first one. I really don't remember which one is the first. Planeswalker. I really don't. I don't remember. I'm that stupid. First incarnation. The older Planeswalkers, except for John, he only has 3 incarnations, but the older Planeswalkers have at least 4 incarnations. 3 or 4. I think Lily only has 3, and Johnny only has 3, and one of them is multicolored, making him very unusual. And Elspeth just got her 3rd as well. As you know from my special, where I did the 2-for-1. But this is Garruk Primal Hunter. Garruk Primal Hunter is another. He's a 5 mana, so he's kind of middle of the road cost. He seems to lean toward expensive, I'm starting to notice, which is kind of weird. Planeswalkers don't usually lean toward expensive. He's got a loyalty of 3 this time. I guess that kind of makes sense because in the story, Garruk really doesn't like people. He's not a bad guy. He just really doesn't like people. He likes the land better. He prefers to be in the wild alone. He's that type of person, and he has the IQ of a fucking brick, in my opinion. Because instead of, asking Lily why she took the veil and trying to figure this out, or getting help to get the veil back if he was so freaking desperate, or maybe even saying, if I help you, will you give it back to Lily, which I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind having a little extra muscle because she's not fucking stupid. He's trying to kill her and gets himself cursed. And I saw the comic, I get the gut feeling that she just cursed him in self-fucking defense. Like, you're an idiot! And she was already armed with the veil, so Garruk's not my favorite character Planeswalker. He's not on the bottom tier character-wise, but characters like that just make me head desk and make me go, for the love of fuck. But anyway, his +1's pretty good. Put a 3/3 beast creature token onto the battlefield. He has a -1 or a -2, a -1 in the second Garruk I talked about. So it's kind of just making it a +1, which I think is a little better in that sense. His -3 is draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. So that could be anything from 1 card to, oh dear God, you have your whole deck in your hand if you've been pumping up creatures. Which is kind of a dumb idea, because then you deck yourself and you lose everything. It would be funny. -6. This is his nuke. Put a 6/6 green worm creature token onto the battlefield for each land you control. Now then, obviously if you've played Garruk, you have at least 5 lands, because he's a 5 mana creature, unless you're using other mana sources, but you have to have at least 5 sources of mana, and more likely than not, they're going to be lands. Very few mana sources I've seen are less than 1 land to play, and usually are like 2 or 3 to play. So you have at least enough for a worm. Maybe some R0, but default, if you're playing, you're going to have some land out. So you're guaranteed quite a few worm tokens. And if you're saving up the nuke, because this is something you save for when you have a lot of lands, he's probably still pumped up, so you're getting a lot of beast creature tokens as well, and you can just throw a bunch of worms out, which are twice as big, and your friends are going to look at you like you're out of your frickin' mind. It takes a little bit to build up to it, 3 turns, and then an extra one for you to decide what you're going to do. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good ability for, say, token decks. Like, I'd put him in a Selznian deck because he's such a heavy token producer. And that would be probably a deck I'd have land search in, so I'd put lands out. But that's just me. Until next time, everyone. Bye!